Hey y'all, Irix Guy here, and I want to talk about a grocery store and all of the places within a grocery store where you may come in contact with a virus. So starting out, if the grocery store does not have the automatic doors, as soon as you enter that grocery store, you may have to grab a doorknob or a door handle. Viruses can be on that. The next thing you may do is shop. Well, before you shop, you'll probably pick up a shopping cart or a push cart. Both of those place where viruses may be prevalent. Then you start to shop. Maybe you're going to get some fresh vegetables. The vegetables themselves may have the virus on them because people were handling the vegetables. Sorry, I got this crud. And they may have they may have handled the vegetables and the virus is on that. Even if it's not on the vegetables, the little sacks that one puts the vegetables in, those could have the virus on them. Because even if the vegetables you bought didn't have it on it, vegetables somebody else bought may have. They may have touched that sack when they separated them and you got it on there. Same with anything in the grocery store. Steaks, chicken, pork chops. You pick them up, you check the price, you check the expiration date, you put it back down. If you've got the virus, that virus is being transferred to that plasticky material that the meat's inside of, and potentially, and I'm not a doctor, but from what I've heard, it potentially could live several days on that. Then you're dealing with canned goods, frozen goods, same thing. And actually, according to what I've heard, and again, I'm not a doctor, but I've heard that frozen goods may be able to retain the virus even longer. So that's just the shopping experience. Then you go to the checkout. You grab that thing that separates your stuff from the other person. Well, a lot of people will touch that. There's probably viruses on that. Person in front of you checking out. Keep your distance. Social distancing. But they've been breathing all in there. The person running the cash register has been breathing in that area. Virus is probably all around there. So when you pay, somebody else is grabbing your stuff to scan it. You got another set of hands that could potentially have the virus and spreading it to your stuff. Now keep in mind, maybe they don't have the virus. Maybe they haven't touched their face. But they've been checking out, hypothetically, a few hundred people. Of those few hundred people, some of them probably had the virus. So that virus is probably now on your food that you just purchased. Then you get ready to pay. You're probably having to swipe your card. You swipe your card through the reader. That card's making contact with the reader, which there may be the virus may be on there. Then you type in if you're using a debit card, type in a PIN code. Virus may be on the buttons. Maybe you're not using a PIN code. Maybe you're just having to sign. That little PIN that often is required to use to sign after you paid. Sorry, my nose is running like a faucet. It's probably got viruses on it. And then you take all this stuff back to your car. Well, now you've touched your car handle. You've touched your steering wheel. You've touched your push button start or keys to crank the engine. Viruses on that. You take this stuff in your house. You touch your door to open your door. Viruses on your door. And, I've got a staging area. So when I bring stuff in, I stage it. I thoroughly sanitize it, and I let it sit there before I put it in the pantry. Now, frozen goods, I don't really have a staging area for that because they need to be frozen immediately. So I quickly sanitize them. And again, that's a luxury I've got now because I do have a little bit of cleaning product. But now how long would that last? Not that long. So, you think about the grocery store, it's not as simple as one may think. I mean, the grocery store is a very hazardous environment. And for that reason, it's rough to say, hey, buy all this stuff and go when you're used to going to the grocery store maybe once or twice a week. This is the new normal though, at least temporarily. So, plan ahead. Don't go extreme with how much you're buying, but buy enough so you're not having to go a few times a week. Ideally, my goal is to have enough to be able to tough it out for, 2 or 3 months. Although I would love to go to the grocery store, I would love to get, some steaks or some burgers or something like that. You should look at risk and reward. The risk is being introduced to all the viruses. The reward is possibly not getting sick and having some really good meats to grill. I know it's tempting, but think things through and be safe. And again, I wiped my nose on my arm because my nose was running, but I didn't. Well, actually, I did touch my face because but I've been quarantined for the past few days, so I feel fairly certain. Well, I mean, unless I've already got the COVID, that I don't know. Who knows? I'm not being paranoid. I'm just pointing all this out. So tell me what you think within the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And I'm wishing everyone a fast recovery. And hopefully the country, hopefully the world will say, hey, this hurts. You know, let's just shut it down for 2 or 3 weeks. Let's get through it. Let's let this virus pass and get back to life as normal. Hey y'all, Captain IrixGuy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IrixGuy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.